This bowl has sunrise chino all over both sides. Albany slip, 3 coats of Albany slip. And then a coat of red gold. And the design in the middle is chino cream. So this was just a big swipe that went from this edge down in there to this edge, and that's what happened. Let's see. I treated the same exact way. The design, the chino cream design is a little more prominent in this one. Sunrise chino is a coyote color. Okay, here are the little pigs. This one is a bright aqua underglaze, this one right here. And it's on speckled clay, and it has Mako's clear glaze on it. So that's just bright aqua with clear over it, and with that speckled clay, it is real interesting. Now here is some pink underglaze with clear, Mako's clear over it, and the one in the middle is cerulean blue. This is a coyote color, and that's on speckled clay also. Cerulean. I like that blue. It has kind of a satin feel and look to it. It isn't as glossy, shiny as these two. This little trinket box is cerulean blue. I love for my lids to fit nicely. This little marker thing came off, and so I have it in the house. I'm thinking about putting some kind of gemstone right there, and or I can go ahead and put the little thing back on there and glue it on. But this is just 3 coats of cerulean blue. One is I had Canton Jade. That's a Mako color, and it's an opaque foundation color. And then I put seaweed on top of it, and then touched the top here with chino cream. And I'm not sure if those are, well, it's not bubbles. It looks like, well, but it looks kind of like little pits. And I'm not sure, I am sure that the chemistry is probably what caused that. But I'm not sure whether it's the clay or the 2 glazes together. On this teapot, we have a dusting of white underneath, and we have iron luster all over it, 3 coats. And I put smoky merlot right around this top part here, and I put some in here, and I think I put some on here. That's the blue that you see that's showing up. And then I put some oatmeal right around in here. So I've got iron luster with oatmeal and merlot, the smoky merlot. It's on speckled clay. It just has clear glaze on the inside. And this is smoky merlot. And I was just very pleased, and I was glad that nothing ran too bad. I've got some heavy runs right here, but this is the teapot that I made that has the little strainer. It has the little strainer inside that is global. So this is blue rutile, and then it's got textured turquoise in this area right down here, right in here. I put textured turquoise around the bottom because I didn't want them. I know blue rutile is pretty runny, and so I wanted the turquoise color to go, or some kind of blue to go all the way to the bottom, but I didn't want anything to run. So I used Mako turquoise around here. And then there is some ancient jasper on here, and it started, I put it from the top to the bottom, almost to the bottom. It ran to the bottom. And then I put Shino cream. So this feathery, drippy stuff that you see around here is Shino cream, and I only put about a finger width of it around the top edge shoulder here. So right around that shoulder is where the Shino cream was. These little spots are, that's French Dimensions by Duncan, and it's a dimensional glaze, and you just squirt it out of the little container. Oh wow, look at that. I didn't see this before, but wow, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is just all kinds of cool stuff in that glaze. It's just you can see just microscopic. Oh, that is beautiful. I love how that ran. The inside of this is also nice. You can probably see in the camera, you can probably see that around there. So the ancient jasper shows up maybe from here up, and some of it is showing up down here at the bottom. It mixed with that turquoise and almost took the turquoise off the bottom. But this is the little lid that I finally ended up with the last little 1/4 pound of clay that I had, and of this type of clay. So do you think it needs twigs? The natural element in it, or maybe one of them? I don't know. It's hard to it's hard to decide these things. So anyway, there we go on that one. I know y'all were wondering about how that turned out. I got a couple of questions about that later. This is a combination of frosted melon and seafoam. Seafoam is coyote color. Frosted melon is Potter's Choice. I got the neatest little yellow outlines on most of this, which is, I couldn't have done that if I'd wanted to. It's around here and around there, and you can see it. Okay. So it's just one. Well, frosted melon is on the bottom, is underneath, and the seafoam is on top of that. This is blue rutile with chun plum on it. This is our little low rider lid right right here. And I think here's another example of, no, I think I glazed that. This one has not been ground yet. I love them to fit really tight, and when I get them out of the kiln, sometimes with that speckled clay, you've got some of those little places that are raised, and it doesn't glide real smooth, but I'll put some valve grinder on there and that'll work. This has already been fit, I thought, maybe not. What else have I got that has I guess everything else is on the inside. Now, this one is an example of what I love to hear when I'm looking at other people's pottery or even my own. I like to hear that fit. It just perfectly fits. If it rocks around in there too much, then you run the risk of losing the lid as you're transporting it from the kitchen to the table or whatever you're doing with it. And so that's not good. You lose your lid. Gotta keep our lid right. Now this one, this couldn't be helped. This is not a service piece though. This is decorative, and so this couldn't be helped on this. This is just a little lid that's going to sit there. Now if you lose the lid here, this is still a beautiful pot. So this is just snowy plum by itself with Shino cream. So actually I dipped these in snowy plum and then dipped just the rim in Shino cream. And it's odd, they turned out quite differently. One is speckled clay, and this looks like reclaim. It has a few speckles in it, but not so many, not as many as that one. So these are beautiful. I like the glaze on these candlesticks better than any that I've made so far. I think that's pretty. It's kind of Christmassy. I mean, it's got red in it and everything, but you could use this at any time of the year. It doesn't scream Christmas. And here's a little snuffer. This was just snowy plum, and I put a little bit of Shino cream around this top, and it just ran down and did that. This little guy is a little bluebird of happiness here. And the Shino cream on this one is only around just underneath the bird. It's only around the top. That kind of stayed there too. I was kind of surprised about that. So there are those. And this, some of you saw me making this in a video. This had been burnished all the way from here down. And it's speckled clay. This is smoky merlot all the way down to here, and then there is iron luster right here. And then I tapped some oatmeal on here. You really cannot even detect the effect of the oatmeal, but you can tell what's going on with the iron luster. I think I'm going to do this one over. I love the texture on this. This has a tactile feel to it. This was perfectly shiny smooth when I put it in the kiln, and now it has, where you see these little spots, it has kind of a sandy texture because you can feel every one of those little spots. And I just think it's an interesting thing. I think that I'll do it over and put iron luster down about a ½ inch more. I would like for there only to be just a little bit of this showing and more of this showing. So I think I'm going to put that one back in there and play with it some more.